How y'all doing? Can y'all make some noise for the birds right there? Y'all hear them? My name is Ramel Wallace. I'm also an artist. I go by Real J Wallace. And before I get started on things, I like to, let people know who I am. I'm the Black John Malkovich. And this is my stage, this is my mind, this is my room, and y'all have entered my head right now. So my dreams in my head, I've always wanted to be a professional wrestler. So if y'all could just let me live my dreams, if y'all could get hyped for me, act like I'm a wrestler that's coming down to the squared circle, okay? Make some noise for me. My homie Danny K right here, he's gonna play a little intro music for me. And I need y'all to get hype up so I can give y'all and deliver y'all the energy that y'all need, okay? Y'all can stand up and everything, right? Act like y'all don't see me. Coming to the ring, weighing in at 230 pounds, Mr. Pack Bowls and Shows, Real J Wallace. It feels good to be alive. It feels good. It feels good to be alive. Make some noise. And just vibe. And just move and just vibe and just vibe. Damn, it feels good. That's my intro music. So really, I did this to talk to y'all, but I also did it for the pictures and stuff like that. Shout out to Rottweiler for clothing me and everything. Take a dope picture, right, like this. Y'all get it? I can do that for another 30 seconds if y'all need that. Y'all got it? You got it? Y'all got it? It's ridiculous. I'm obviously very happy to be here. I've been running the church with the community, with a collective of individuals that are amazing Mavericks for about 3 years. And the place is basically where art is our religion. If you go through all religions, the thing that connects everything is art. It allows people to live outside of themselves. And so I've used that to literally have out-of-body experiences and go beyond my flesh. Once I write something or once someone takes a picture of something, they're allowed to look at themselves from outside of themselves. And they can see where they are and they can see where and how they can improve from that situation. So whatever you have in your mind, don't let it stay there stagnant. Give it life by turning it into art. And at the church, we bring in photographers, videographers, music artists, people that dance, people that want to go out and beyond themselves. Because there's a certain moment when we're children where we think we could do anything. Everybody probably knows a kid that got hurt or broke a leg because he took a plastic bag and thought he could fly and tried to jump off something. I'm here to tell you that you can fly. And that it makes no sense and it makes all the sense in the world. But before people start telling you that you can't do certain things, you think you can do anything. And there's more truth to that than anything. And I'm here today because I decided to speak outside of myself. I went to Creative Mornings about 2 years ago, and after watching it, I said, I'm gonna speak at Creative Mornings one day. I just knew it. Some things you just know. Sometimes you just have to predict the future. And I'm here right now. So that's why it's so overwhelming and exciting to me. So do y'all want funny stuff or y'all want serious stuff right now? Little both? Okay. I'm gonna start this off with a little prayer that I like how it makes me feel. And so I figure if it makes me feel good, hopefully that it makes other people feel good, and it can just show you who I am and how I think. So if y'all could join me in this prayer really quick, I'm gonna just bring y'all into my mind right now. That's where y'all are standing at. If y'all could close your eyes. Imagine we're on the bedside. We're praying on the bed. Cabin fever going out of my bedside. Hands tied and I'm praying by the bedside. I pray for Kenya and I pray for Paris. You even know they give a fuck about a nigga. Another day, another cop pull a trigger. And make me sad because they don't want to hear it. And make me mad because they don't want to hear it. When I get it, they don't care because they don't live it. But I can't escape the melanin that's in my spirit. We was stolen from Africa. I'm forced to pray to Jesus. I was conditioned before I was a fetus. But that don't mean it that I don't let them defeat us. Underlay, mama, yeah. Yo, they just want us to burn like the phoenix. But I did the knowledge and I know they need us, cause we are kings, we are gods in Adidas, so I lace up, chase up, try to finish everything I can before the day's up. It was 3 a.m. and we were still up blazing. I fucked Mother Earth and the sex was amazing. My heart racing cause I've been getting chased by Satan. With Anne Frank cooking wide up in the basement. I grew up on Sega inside of getting chased by tails. Now I be chasing that tail. He was out on bail when she was watching Saved by the Bell. He was esoteric, she was just barbaric. She can't sleep at night. All of these night terrorists, all of these mass shootings and all these white terrorists. The ball bearings about as cold as Paul Bearer is. And honestly, I'm embarrassed to be American. So when I die, just bury me in the pyramid. If you a nigga, you guilty before you're innocent. The benefit for all of the dead presidents. They be like, you're rich, you got a black president. Raise a precedent. Eyes were desolate cause we just lost another homeboy to heroin. Villains is willing to ask alone the heroines cause he addicted to Adderall and Zans. He had crack a nigga skull for a bar and a half. He was pimping out his girl for a couple of racks. She was twerk all night off a bottle of rack. She had swallowed all his kids for a pat in the back and he was walking down the street and got blapped by the paps. Amen. Today is a call to action. It's about bringing communities together. From Creative Mornings to Barrio Logan to Southeast to beyond that. But it starts with conversations like these and going outside of yourself. I grew up with a phrase that I feel like demobilized me. It was treat others how you would like to be treated. I don't agree with it at all. It's a lot harder than that. You have to go outside of yourself and you really have to treat people how they want to be treated. You have to take the time, get to know them, step out of your creed, whether it's your race, your gender, where you're from, what you've known, your experiences. And you need to do the work and get to know people, get to know other cultures, have conversations with them, be uncomfortable. I'm here because I decided to be places that I'm not really supposed to be and talk to people that I've never talked to. And I feel the uncomfortability in my bones and I don't listen to it. There's always these loud thoughts in your head that go on. That's such the bro of inner dialogue. That's a bro talking to you. Don't listen to that guy. There's a quiet voice that's in your head. That's the Dalai Lama that's speaking to you. He's shy or she's shy, but she has great points to make. Listen to that inner dialogue more and more often. And the thing that you have to do is find stillness. in any way, shape, or form. For myself, I found stillness in creating art. I'm a hip hop artist turned entrepreneur. I remember at the church about 2 years ago, we had a speaker and a rapper named Orko Elohim. And he said that if you can write a rap song, you can write a book, you can write a script, you can write a business plan. How can you take the talent that you have and twist it and flip it into all these other mediums? We're not one-trick ponies. We're limitless. Allow yourself to be limitless. But the first thing you have to do is shut that ego down. And people tend to tell the truth when they speak through these art forms. It's not as cognitive. It's really a direct relation to your emotions and your heart. That's how I get to know people more than even conversation. I'm like, can you show me any type of artwork that you have, whether it's photography, whether it's cinematography, whether it's poetry, whether it's a painting. I want to see that version of you, because that's the real version, because these words are so hard to say, especially when they're the truth. It's like they get caught in your throat. It's hard to breathe. I can feel the anxiety. Turn it into something like a coloring book. And if you look at the coloring book, try to find the brother that's there, because there's a brother in there somewhere. The thing is that these emotions that we have are very spiritual. Every single feeling is the 360 of who you are as a human. You have to accept being uncomfortable. That's just as important as you being happy. That probably allowed you to even be more happy. Dive into your emotions. Cry, smile, be frustrated. Let people know. If you're only showing people one side of you, that's not the entire version of yourself. I want you to know that I'm a flawed individual, especially in the transition of being an artist and stepping into business. It's a whole new frame of thought. When I'm an artist, I'm really trying my best not to think. And when I step into the entrepreneurial world, I'm really sitting down and saying, how can we make this work? I'm really butting heads and colliding with people that have different minds. And it's a lot of failure. And realizing that failure is the father of success. It allows you to be more successful. And my brother James the other day, he was saying he's probably been more unsuccessful than he has been successful. And some people haven't been successful because they haven't gone outside themselves or beyond themselves. I'll tell you a trick that I do because I'm a little whacked out in the brain. I started studying Hinduism, and I have an album on Spotify called Kali. I believe in reincarnation fully. I believe that there's no beginning or ending. And so I genuinely believe that I've died, I've resurrected an infinite amount of times. I've been reborn into other people. So when I talk to somebody, I really feel like I'm talking to a reflection of myself. And I'm trying to give myself advice for that life that I haven't lived or I haven't known that I've lived. So I'm you and you're me, literally. So you really get to know yourself through other people and through other lives and going to other destinations and traveling, whether that's physically or mentally. You need to do both. You need to create new environments. You need to work on the interior design of your mind. And that's how you go into these artistic endeavors, because they're so frightening to go into. To really trust yourself and say, I can do this. Can y'all do this real quick for me? I do this for the kids at my school to hype them up. When I say I woke, you say up like this. I woke. Up like this. Y'all didn't snap. Y'all know how to snap? Some of the kids don't know how to snap, and I'll be like, okay, you a kid. Y'all are adults. When I say I woke, you say up like this. I woke? Up like this. I woke? Up like this. Oh, gosh. My man with the beard doing that is just, that made my day. He looks so tough. Are you a Beyonce fan? Oh, yeah. And he be bumping Beyonce? I love it. I really do love it. Sorry if I'm all over the place. I'll get back to the main points. I run the church with a collective of individuals, and we're trying to make this dream be alive in people's minds. We've been running it on a grassroots circuit and bringing individuals, whether it's from Mira Mesa to Southeast, to Barrio Logan, to La Mesa, to downtown, bringing them together so that they have a safe space. Like, it's so important that you have those safe spaces so that you can create. Being here at WeWork, going out to CreativeMornings different times, it's given me life. So it's inspired my own business. I'm like, I have to do this, especially for my own community, where there's not a lot of places that are like that. So like really coming into Creative Mornings, it was like, I got to hit up the blacks and the browns. Let's make this happen, because we're very underrepresented in places like this. Whether it's because we don't know about it, whether it's because there's certain imaginary boundaries that are happening in San Diego, but realistically, it's slowing down the movement. Please, I beg of you, step out of your creed, talk to people, build with people, give us a chance, because we're out there creating some of the dopest music, content, photography ever. Because it's odd that oppression creates some of the best things ever, and pressure makes a diamond. And I feel like there's no two other creeds that are held down more than black people and women. And that's allowed for the caged bird to sing. The caged bird is singing because he's seeing the sky as heaven. He's trying to sing his way out of the cage. We're trying to sing our way out of the cage and let people know that we're here. I want y'all to know that I'm here, and I'm one of the most creative people in San Diego because I surround myself with Mavericks. And I'm not scared to go out there and really talk to myself. When I talk to you, I feel like I'm talking to another version of myself. So come down to Barrio Logan. Come down to the church. Get to know Spider. He's a scary looking individual. He is very scary. But I tell you this, every time I get my bike stolen, he says, you know what, I found your bike, dog. Somebody was rolling with it down the street. Some people think Spider steals my bike. No, I bought him pizza the first time, but the second time I was like, no, I'm not buying you a pizza. I don't know. But yes, again, you have to go to these places to really see who people are, because there's a mask of media, of misunderstanding, and clarification is the best thing that you can do. I've engulfed myself in the scene in Mira Mesa. That's like the home of like the Filipinos and people breaking out from learning instruments as children and saying, you know what? I just heard this hip hop stuff and I'm gonna drop the violin and I'm gonna start making these beats. But then right there, they had to go beyond themselves. They had to go outside of themselves. I'm asking the people in Southeast, come out to things like Creative Mornings. Talk to these people that you may feel like have hurt you or have shunned you or have put you out of these situations, because there's a bigger story and dialogue. My man right there, I think his name is Bryce. He took a picture and he was looking up. You got to look up at these buildings. These are big structures. There's a bigger thing to be fighting. Don't be so stuck in your life. I want to own a building like this. I know I can't do that by myself. I can't be running through all these offices and everything like that. If I want a building, I got to fill it up with everybody that's in this room. I got to say, look, I've experienced this in my life, and it's allowed me to think this. But I know that there are individuals that have had different lives, and they're just as important as the one that I'm living. And a lot of people say that I speak very idealistically to certain people. But really, this is the fuel of me going into a business meeting. I have to meditate. I have to find out who I am so I can speak the most genuine and be vulnerable. Because that is what resonates. The best type of business is integrity. I'll always be honest. I'll always realize that people are different and that those differences bring us together. And they fill in the voids of the things that I'm missing. But I have to remind myself. That's very much why the business is called the church. You need to practice these things, just like prayer. Once a week, remind yourself. Every morning, look in the mirror and tell yourself that you are God. Y'all are the creators out there. Create yourself. Write a story about yourself. Write a poem about yourself. Take a picture of yourself. Identify with yourself. Get to know every single part and aspect of your mind, especially the thoughts that you don't necessarily agree with. Look at those thoughts, pick them up, and say, what is this? Why is it here? What can I do with this thought? And how can I make it bigger? Because everything starts with a thought and then embodying it into conversation. What are you going to embody? What are you going to be? What are you going to create? If you do not create yourself, you're destroying yourself. Because the entropy is happening. I just turned 29 not long ago. I know I'm getting older. My friends they're having kids. And I'm realizing that these moments are so precious. They're so precious. So what are you going to do with this gift of time, of people? The best thing that you can do is show them gratitude while they're here. If someone does something for you, or if you look up to someone, or even for their words, tell them. Give them infinite acknowledgement. Don't allow that compliment to just sit in your head. Like, go out there and tell them, like, yo, tell them from across the room, yo, that was dope. That was sick. That was dope. You like that? You have to. That gives people life. I remember I was at a concert for Kaylani, and she stopped the concert midway, and she said, yo, James, you got beautiful eyes. You do. My man Johnny, you got a spirit like no other, and that smile is contagious. I like your beard. Hope it's not weird. I like your lipstick. I'm not going to lie. Things like that can save somebody's life. A smile when you walk by can save somebody's life. And it takes about maybe 5 seconds to do. On a business end, even on a creative end, that's a good turnaround. Save a life in 5 seconds. You have to do that. If you're not doing that, you're being a bit selfish. And so that's the hard part when working with artists, is that we are initially very selfish. We're in our rooms, we're writing, we're creating, we're in our rooms, we're playing the guitar, and we're like, oh man, this is I got to get this down. This is so dope. But you really don't know how good you are until you step outside of that room and say, you know, I played this. Can I show this to you? And when you show people, that's when you realize, oh man, I suck, or oh wow, people really like this. But you have to go outside of that room. And so I would consider myself a community artist. That's where I step away from the complexities of my artwork, and I say, I want the community to be involved in what I'm making. So whether it's a song, whether it's a speech, the first thing that I'll do is I'll go and I'll ask the kids, like, okay, what do you think of this and what can I add to this? Because I want them to be a part of what I'm doing and what I'm creating. I'll go out and I'll have so many conversations with individuals because I want them to be a part of this. I'm a vessel. I'm an instrument. I'm here to speak the words of the people that I come in contact with because I think that it's so important. It fills up my heart with hope. And hope is the idea that you are going to succeed in the future. If you have nothing in the world, if you've lost everything, you can have hope. It's free. Hold on to it. See yourself succeeding tomorrow. See yourself succeeding when you leave here. Whether that's just getting home safe, whether that is about a relationship, whether that's about a job, you have to hold on to hope. One of the backgrounds to the church is the idea of the Holyfield. I go by Real J Wallace, so a lot of people started calling me the real deal Holyfield. I hated it. But I like the word Holyfield. It made me think of a spectrum, a force field. And I was really thinking about life at the time as well, and I said to myself, like, what is life? What is it comprised of? And really the main things that resonated with me is things like love makes life what it is. Things like trust make life what it is. Things like hope make life really what it is. And a lot of these things, these conditions, they're not tangible. They're beyond human comprehension. We get it, but we don't really get it. A lot of it makes no sense that we can look up into infinity. There's more stars in the universe than there are grains of sand on Earth. It makes no sense. And you have to understand that you don't understand. You have to let go of life in order to live life. Just like love, you have to let go of love in order to love. If it comes back, it comes back. And it comes back even harder or stronger. Give your ideas to people. Give your thoughts to people. Give your heart to people. And it's going to be one of the hardest things that you do. But you have to go outside of yourself. You have to travel. You have to deliver people your message and step into your purpose. How are you going to do that today? Raise your hand if you are not from San Diego. So take some time, leave your hands up please, and look at all the hands. That's far more than half of the crowd. I was born and raised in San Diego, and I know I'm an oddity for that. But you're in a room, or you're outside actually, which is awesome, of people that literally traveled outside of their comfort zones and their hometowns to be here. Continue that journey. Make it a mental journey as well. Travel outside of your normal frame of thought. Live in somebody else's mind. That's really why I say I'm the Black John Malkovich, because I want you guys to sit in my mind and learn how I think, because that's going to allow you to live more. And do that with other people and fully accept it, and to really genuinely learn what someone is going through, you have to let go of your own experiences. You can't treat those experiences that other people have how you treat your own life. Because you're treating people how you want to be treated. You have to learn about them. You have to fully accept them. You have to learn like you know nothing. And nothing seems scary. But really, it allows for an infinite playground. Allow yourself to live in infinity. Once you let go, you can step into that conversation and you can be God in that conversation. It could be gods talking to gods. Side note, because I said that I was going to mention this at everything that I talk about. Hip hop is like the lineage of black Muslims. This is my history. That's why I speak these words. When I'm talking about gods, I'm also talking about the nation of gods. You talk about hip hop, you have the cipher, you have the 360. That's all the terminology of hip hop and kings and gods. And I'm part of that heritage. So when you listen to these hip hop tracks, like, realize that they telling you that y'all are gods. Whether that's offensive, whether that's actually like, you see it as a metaphor, realize that you can create something out of nothing. And that's a very powerful thing to be able to do. So as I step into this lineage, I've created the space of the church where people can be gods at and people can create. But we're still going through a lot of infrastructure, a lot of butting heads, a lot of getting to know different personalities. And honestly, we need the help of other people because we're living lives. I'm going to work after this. I'm doing an Airbnb after this. I'm trying to hang out with my girlfriend after this. I'm dealing with my own internal dialogue. I mean, over this past year, trying to run a business, trying to live life, I've lost a great grandmother. My car got robbed 3 times. My bike got stolen 2 times. I got fired from my job. And through each and every single one of these losses, I had to hold on to hope. Because that's all that I had, especially when I was asleep at night. My head was on that pillow, and it was nobody else. It was just me and the 4 walls. What are you going to hold on to? Hold on to hope. Wherever you got to go to get it, if you got to travel to get it, go outside of yourself and find hope. Am I good on time? Okay, let me leave you guys with this. It's called Go. It's a song that I have on SoundCloud, and I'm about to release the video today. And it's about traveling outside of yourself. So if y'all could join me in just listening to this, I really appreciate that. Make some noise for yourself too. Let's see if y'all can catch it again. When I say I woke, you say up like this. I woke. Up like this. I woke. Up like this. That's ridiculous. A lot of things I want to do and I want to be. A lot of places want to go and I want to see. A lot of things I want to do and I want to be. A lot of places want to go. I haven't met the best me yet or smoked the best weed yet. I haven't been to Africa to see the sunset. I haven't found God, haven't found Jesus. I have a father, but I don't ever see him. I haven't met my grandpaps, haven't popped a Xanax, and I haven't texted her back and she pissed. I'm a pimp, but I ain't never paid for sex. I been on my grind, but I ain't never got respect. Yo, they just mad because I'm trying to get my check. Rap for my set, establish my brand. I have to work for no man. It's like amen to Allah, Rastafari Jah. I am Basquiat. I am hot sauce and one sinking both shots. Sit and think about what if Pac hadn't got shot. Yo, is it possible to live off a dream? Thoughts manifest. We create what we see. A lot of things I want to do and I want to be a lot of places want to go, and I want to see a lot of things I want to do, and I want to be a lot of places want to go, and I want to see a lot of things I want to do, and I want to be a lot of places want to go, and I want to see a lot of things I want to do, and I want to be a lot of places want to go. I haven't spent a winter in Italy or a spring in Belize, but last week I lost my Belize, and last summer I was a Barcelona, but I ain't never been to Spain. And ever since I met her, I ain't never been the same. She was out this world, but ain't never been to space, on a journey where every destination feels the same. And the only constant that I have in life is change, and the only calm down I have is Mary Jane, or the hope that we might fall in love and fly away, or that my people might find freedom. I haven't been to Baltimore and haven't been to Egypt, and I still haven't had the chance to teach a child how to read or teach my children about the birds and the bees. I just want to sail the 7 seas, but the furthest I went was out my mind. Go outside of your mind. Thank you for your time. Please come down to the church in Barrio Logan. Thank you, Creative Mornings and We Work, for allowing me to speak to this medium. Please go outside of yourself, and please make some noise for yourself. Thank y'all so much.